Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Brick Chicago, and this channel is all about Bearbricks, collecting them, learning about them, and celebrating the amazing community behind them. 3 weeks ago, we kicked off a new series called Show Me Your Bricks, inspired by Dr. Romanelli's legendary Bearbrick design. Video series is all about shining a light on incredible collectors and their collections. We are in episode 4 of season 1, still here in the United States, where the Bearbrick scene is still in its early days compared to Asia. Today, we're meeting Will, better known in the community as Uptownwill from Brooklyn, New York. Will's collection is seriously impressive. He owns over 35 blister boards of 100% Bearbricks, and on top of that, he's got the full set bug. What makes Will such a unique collector is his determination to complete every variation in a release. Whether it's Hello Kitty, Ninja Turtles, or even Kaws, chasing down a full set isn't easy, but the challenge is exactly what drives him. In this episode, we'll dive deep into Uptownwill's collection, hear the stories of how he got started with the Bearbrick collection, and take a closer look at those incredible blister boards. So let's get to it. Show me your bricks, Will.
Hey guys, it's Uptownwill. I am honored to be part of this series, Brick Chicago, interviewing collectors from our community. And I'm just here to answer some questions and let you know who I am, what I like, and how I got into the hobby. So let's get this started. Now I'm gonna go over some of the bricks that I have, what I have available to display in this interview, in this video. And for new collectors to the hobby, this is one way you can display your bricks. There's better ways. Brick Chicago has a video on this as well, on how to display your bricks, which you can go and review on his channel. But the way that I display them is I normally use blister boards, and this way it's easier for me to know what I have. This way you don't purchase duplicates. It's good to have your bricks in order and know what you have, what you need. So I sorted out the latest series in this way. This way I know what I have. I have space for the secrets that are on the way as well. And so this is just one way to collect and display them for yourself. And there's many other ways. So I'm just gonna start walking you through some of my collection and show you what strategy I try to use to sort them out. In most cases, I'll try to group them together. For example, you see the second row, I have basically all the push heads from series to non-series to orphans and so on and so forth. But sometimes you don't have enough time, so some of mine might just be scattered all over the place, which doesn't make me happy. But these are just some of the bricks that I have on this blister board. I'm just gonna go through blister boards one by one, go through some non-series, some 2-packs, some other stuff that I have, walk you through the ones that I have in acrylics. Obviously, series 1's some of my favorite bricks. I like the uncles, so I kind of put all of those together. Ron English, some of my favorites. You know, the Amo Secret. I like the Godzilla bricks. I have some in other places that I'm looking to put all together. I like the Byrons. So here's just a few. Here we have the Nike bricks that I have, or some of them at least, that I have here on display, with the series secret, you know, the one that comes in the bag, the one that comes with the Air Force One set, the orange Dunk, which is one that's a little hard to come by, the lunar secret. Then you have the blue and the black, which are orphans, which sometimes they're a little difficult to come by. The gold yoga, the one brick. Here you have some of the extra large collabs with the Flores collaboration, which is 1 through 5. And the green one is probably one of the harder ones to find. It comes in its own bag. It's a little more limited than the other 4 colorways. Then the red, the white, and the black, those come in boxes. You have the WTF versions that come in their own blisters, the purple, brown, and the black. Then you have the extra large D-Face collab. You also have the extra large Sorayama collab, which as you can see I have 2 slots missing. I'm still missing the gold chrome, and there's a rainbow chrome as well. And besides these, they also have 3 that are flocky, come in their own box. There's a yellow, a gray, and a red, which I also have those, just not on display. And here's some of the neighborhood bricks. I also have the black series version as well. There's just some other ones that I have here. This is more of my, one of the few either Bruce Lee themed but bricks. I like the Bruce Lee Orphan. I like him as Kato in the Green Hornet. Those are some that you don't see too often. So yeah, these are just bricks that I'm proud of. And I do have the pig, so he's gonna go in that slot in 5-1. So it's just going through boxes and sorting out what you have and knowing what you have. But as long as you can keep track and just know what you have, this way you don't have doubles. And also, one little bit of advice is if you have these older blister floors, just be careful. They're older, they don't hold the bricks as snug, so they can easily fall out. So just be careful when you're taking your bricks in and out, or if you tilt it to the side, some may fall out. So just be careful. Here's some more that I have. I try to group these and theme them as some skull bricks, as you could see. I also like a lot of graffiti artists, a lot of graffiti themed bricks. So in row 2, you could see I have all stash, collab bricks. Wherever I leave a space is because I know I have the brick somewhere and I'm just looking to put it there. Like I know I have the Bape stash collab, so that should go in slot 2, 3. In the 3rd row here, I have all Dr. X. I know I have the Beetle Bailey, I just have to put it in there. As you can see here, I have all my G-Shocks together in one place. I have a lot of Basquiat's and Warhols and museums, Jackson Pollocks. I like all the Hawaii themed bricks. I have those all together there. So this board here is, I try to just put together a bunch of different types of bears, teddy bears, pandas, any random bear that can go together. As you can see, I have the full hysteric line, some secrets here, some orphans, some other random bears, like the horror with the Toys R Us version, just a row of pandas here, a couple dancing bear, Care Bears. I need to sort out, I have the white clock panda, which I need to put in there as well. So I have a whole bunch more pandas that I need to sort out, but this is one other board here. So here's like one of the horror boards that I put together, or mainly horrors, where you got your Chuckies, good and bad. You have the Saw, including the keychain. Even though it's a keychain, it's not like it's not one of those cheaper ones. It's a nicer keychain. You got all the Terminators, which are fairly cool to collect. You can get the blister, you can get the 2-pack, you get the RoboCops with the Murphy Orphan. You can get everyone normally gets the series. Then you have the black blister version. You have the Gremlins. I also do have, there's 3 more, which is a 2-pack. Then there's a Movell version that comes in a blister by itself. You got a few others here. You got, this was like my astronaut / robot row. So you have those there. So here I have some of the Futura Bearbricks that I have. There's a couple more that I have that I need to make room for and sort out. I have the HMV bears. There's 2 more that I'm missing, so I leave space for those as well. I have, the Ugly Dolls. You got the one from series, 2 from the 2-packs. There's a bunch of the Andy Warhols. You have a lot of the Orphans from Banksy. You have the series Banksy. Just a couple more Basquiat's. Just some of the ones that I really like. For this board, if you have the kids watching with you, make sure they look away, because these are the naked ones. We got the Nag-Nags, Blow Up Doll, you know, DJ Uzmas, just some of the ones who came with no clothes. But yeah, I really enjoyed collecting the Nag-Nags. Those were a little hard to find, especially getting them with card. They're really difficult these days. These are a lot of my Asian themed bricks on this board here. And you have some of the Anna, you have Dr. Evil, Captain Action. So here I have some of my Hello Kitty. I have some more that are not on this display, but here's just some. Definitely the two Conveni ones are like the hardest ones and the highlight of this. You know, then you have your series, you get your other Naya versions, you know, some other Sanrio version bricks. You got the robot versions, you know, the Kiss, just some other random Asian themed bricks. A lot of the other ones that I have here from the Ruma Series 2, Tokyo Waves, you know, Held the Ruma, the big collaborations. Some of the Lucky Cats, I don't have too many. These are the bulk of what I have. I have the Flocky version, I have maybe one or two more, but I just try to have one of each color, and I'm fine with that. There's a lot to collect. You got some more. You have the Marty and Doc Orphans. You have the other ones from series with the 2-pack. You know, you got some other ones here. 404, T19. You got the SpongeBob Chrome Orphan, the other SpongeBob Orphan, the series and the series variant. Some of the other ones here. T9G Secret. Two that come in bag as well. Some of my wrestling themed bricks, which majority of those I got one night just off Brick Chicago himself. Undertaker. Sponges, he's in here random just because, but these are just, sometimes I just find a slot and just put it in there. But one approach that I try to also use is to try to collect sets where if one brick has a common and a variant, I try to get both. Or if there's one brick that's in series but then there's a similar one to it, or that one that goes with it that's non-series, I try to get those as well. So here's just some other ones. Here's one example where these come in series, then you have one that's in a worldwide tour, two others. Then this is for the majority, most of the Toon Squad here. Then you got Balzac series, you have the Secret, you have the white, the red, the galleries. This is just a random set. For the most part, I try to put like the trick or treats, Halloween together, and in the future it's easy for me to sort, or easier. I'll know what I need from any future Halloween bricks. Blue Andre I have, it's just still in the box with the 400. I have the full Series 1 set, they're just all scattered. These are Decon. One is signed, one is not. Then bottom row is mainly all New York bricks. I do have the other two Vape Secrets. Just have to find them in another blister that I have them at. Yeah, some more just random sorted bricks, nothing in any specific order. You know, I try to keep, like I said, the ones that are sets. So like the Pharrell Williams, Think Other, the white and the black. You know, the Nag-Nags. Those are the two from bag. Then you have the Orphan. You know, these are the old CDG secrets, but then those are the other you know, harder to find CDGs, the clear red, the black. Then in this row I'm working on my Devil Robots, which I have a lot more. So, but this is just, you know, a cool way for you to know what you have, what you need. Leave slots available for the items that you do need. You know, like this is one that you probably won't see too often. The Doraemon cartoon strip. I have Ghostbusters here, so it was pretty cool. They came out with the 2 packs, so you were able to get the 4 Ghostbusters. Then Slimer. Slimer only came with a 400% as an orphan. You have the 2 from series. You have the blister version. There was one more version that was an orphan, and honestly, between the orphan and the blister, I can't tell the difference. They almost look identical, but I didn't really see the point of having 2 of the same brick, but that's just my opinion. And here are some of my Squid Games. The cool thing is I could add the 2 new ones now. I know I have the Netflix brick, so I could add that to the front of that row, and you'll have a whole full row of just Netflix and Squid Games. So I just like to organize them in that way. And some of the Pico Babe collabs, some of the orphans. There's quite a few to collect as well, so a little difficult at times to find to get. NFT, one of the first bricks that I got when I started collecting, so that one is a little significant for me. But yeah, got the blue Arsham, and I have the white. Some secrets that I have here, just the undefeated. I have all the undefeateds. I just have to put them all together because they're all scattered all over, but I do have them all, and I was just very happy to get the Raffink, the Parker, and the Bape Secret from the Bape Play. I like all those decon pieces, so I collect them, even though they're not too hard to find or to get. You can still get those. Pretty cool. A lot of the Mishka, the Mad Balls I like. I like the Revolver set. Some more just random assortment of bricks. And this Elmo here is, so this one comes with a coin parking 4-pack where the coin parking is flocky. So it's not a very common Elmo, even though it looks like the regular series version, but that's one that I like, that I have. Haven't really seen too many people with it. I like my series 1 artist, Bumsan, Orphan. And Jingxi's one of my favorites. They glow in the dark. And the last 2, I don't want to read those, but yeah, you know what they say. There's just another assortment of bricks here that I have. Nothing is in any particular order. The Bearbrick Secret is one of my favorite ones. It's one that you don't come across too often, so my suggestion, if you see it, you should definitely pick that up. And then here I have some of Series 49, the ones that I like. Some secrets at the bottom. You have the Good Enough letter set, which by far was probably the hardest one to get besides the graffiti letter set. So this was a secret letter set within the series. So you would have to get every letter in order to spell good enough. The lowercase g was the super secret of the set. And then they also had a few that were non-series as well, that came in individual blisters. And you have the Happy Socks, with the Happy Socks version that comes in blister. Well, that one actually came with a pair of socks as well. I have the socks too. And you have the Harringtons, all the Bape Orphans. Then there's some other Harringtons that they made. You have the adder from series. There's an adder that's from non-series that comes in its own blister as well. So it's fun when you collect some that are series and then you find their non-series counterpart. Here's my Peanuts collection. Every brick available that Medicom has collaborated with Peanuts, for the exception of the Snoopy White Sox edition and the Snoopy Yankees edition. So the White Sox is currently on its way, and the last one I'm missing is the Yankee edition, so I will still be on the hunt for that. That's the cool thing about collecting, is that there's always something you need, so it's never a dull moment. You're always on the hunt for something, you're always missing a brick, so you're always looking for a brick somewhere. And thanks to Park, I was able to get the Purple Lucy, which was one of the harder ones for me to get, and he was very nice in gifting that to me. And coincidentally, the Leilu Hawaii non-series that comes in blister, I won it in his show as a giveaway, so I completed that set. So you have the series, the box, the orphan, and the blister versions there. You have the lantern that Green Lantern uses that comes in blister that actually lights up. The Green Lantern version that comes in blister, and the series version, Plastic Man, the Moivels NBAs, Full Metal Alchemist. That's the set. Tony the Tigers, the classic and the new version. Detroit Metal City, I have so many of those scattered that I just have to try to sort them out, but it's the 2 from series, and then there's a 3-pack and another 2-pack. So it's just making sure you have them all and sort them out. Here I have my Ninja Turtles set, which is the 4 chrome orphans, the 4 matte orphans. Metalhead. The others here. Crime, Scratch. Also the Mickey Bape collabs, the Astronaut BBC collab. Those are all orphans. Some other Mickeys here. Bape Chrome. Some Toy Story there. Here we have Astro Boys, some of the ones that they've made. A few orphans, 2 from series. One is the original version of Astro Boy, the other is more a comic humor version of him, created by Fujio Akatsuka, which is the other bricks from 1-6 onward, and the one that you see in the second row in 2, that's a comic rendition of himself, almost like a self-portrait of Fujio himself. And you have the Mr. Wonderful man. It. He also has the Eel Dog, one which was from series. The other is from one of his 4-packs, which is the short leg matte version. And you have, these are some series versions, which are the Artist Series 4 with his variant, some other commons and variants, as you can see here. Here we have some Tom and Jerry's, 2 from series, the 2 from the 2-pack, a couple of orphans, Batman and Joker, the Supermans. There's also the Harry Potter versions. Those all come with 400%. You have the Ren and Stimpy 2-packs, the 4 from series, a few others. These are just some Mickeys. I have so many scattered around, I just have to put them all together. You got all the Minions, Young Gru. There's also another Minions 2-pack that comes with one that's flocky that I also have. You got the series Pooh, the 2-pack Pooh. There's also a flocky Pooh, and there's a nice Halloween version Pooh that I have as well. And this holiday season, they're going to be releasing a classic Pooh, so be on the lookout for that. And just some random other cartoons that I have. Here I have some of my Mishkas, which I had gotten from, actually from Park as well. The series Mishka and the Mishka Long. I got those way back. Some vapes. A couple baby secrets, some decons, and here I have all of the Tokidokis. The Worldwide Tour, I still have it sealed, and the Hello Kitty Flocky. So there's a total of 14 Tokidoki collaborated bricks, and the harder ones would probably be the Worldwide Tour. It's the hardest one to find, to get, most expensive. Next, I would say the Soccer and Taipei. So I aligned them in the order of rarity and how pricey they are, so if that can help. And here I just have some other ones, some VIP celebrities, some of the other bricks that I have here. I believe these are all the Transformers. There's a couple of 2-packs. The rest are mainly orphans. And these are all the Simpsons. These all come in self-sealed blisters for the exception of the Mo and Radioactive Man. But the rest you can find. The old Bart and the old Homer are probably the harder ones to find. And here I have the majority of my Mazingers. Devil Man, the Blister Devil Man. Some other ones, some Blister Mazingers. Some of the Pilots. All my Pikachus. I'm still missing the Flocky version. So there's always something to look forward to. There's always the hunt that keeps going. That's Tuna, Mark Ward, some of the Carnivals. So a few that I like. Some of the Milos. That one Lucky Cat that's Flocky. American Flag. Obama with Card. Just a few others. Here's some others I have here. Have the Uncle. Have the Nexus. Some are in plastics. I've just been a little lazy to take them out. But eventually I will. Mr. Cartoon. Stussy. Arsham. Some of the Molly Orphans. Nag Robots. We have some vapes. We got the Ready Made, Ape, Vape Secret, the SSUR, Vape Collab. Some of the ACUs, Gundam. There's a few that I really like. Non-English Orphan. So these are some of my favorite pieces here. There's Kaws, being one of my favorite artists, being from New York. So, between Chompers, Tension Orphans, Series 4, one of my favorites of all time, which is the original Fake, the blue version, and obviously all the dissected versions as well. I just wanted to go over some of the pieces that I have sitting in acrylic cases. I guess some of my favorite pieces in my collection. See, we have the Doraemon from Worldwide Tour with the Orphan, the Yoga, SSUR. I'm a huge Mickey fan, so I try to get as many Mickeys as I can get my hands on. From the Clot, from Blister, also the Clot Clear, which is an Orphan. Then we have the Nexus, we have the Javier, and just a few, Kim Song. So here we have two of the harder bricks for me. It took me a very long time to get, and also being able to get them in great condition, get them with cards, was very difficult. I was patient. Just take your time. And then I also have the Kanye West Bear custom along with the Labubu custom flocked bear. You can reach out to 8G7 Art Crimes. He's a great custom Bearbrick designer. He also designs any types of collectible toys, so feel free to reach out to him. Follow him, send him a DM on Instagram. He's a great guy to work with. You won't regret it. There is a brick that's very close to me, only because it's signed by Crash One, who's a local graffiti artist from the Bronx. I actually have the pleasure to know him personally. He actually has an art gallery not too far from where I live, so it's pretty easy for me to just take a ride over there, go see him, say hello in person, you know, just chop it up with him for a bit. You know, he signed the case, he signed the belly of the brick, he signed the card for me. And the next time I go see him, I'm gonna bring over the latest 400 set that I have here that he also designed and collaborated with Metacom on. It's not one that you see too often. I don't know if there's just not enough in circulation at the moment, but I was happy and lucky to get my hands on one. So it'll be one of those pieces that you keep, and you know, they mean a lot to you. So that's a funny story. I originally came from the clothing side, and I used to get Supreme items from Wheel Games, but Wheel Games that originally started out back in Instagram. And so they came from Instagram, moved over to Whatnot. They used to do Wheel Games on Whatnot for Supreme clothing. And then what ended up happening is that he started putting in prizes that were Bearbricks and other collectibles in there. And this was roughly early 2022. And so I would win these random blind boxes, and I would get them. Instead of winning a Supreme article of clothing, I would get these Bearbricks. And I was like, what's this little toy, whatever. Then I started getting them. It's like, that was around when Series 43 came out. So that was like NFT, Netflix, Money Man. And then from there, that's when the rabbit hole started. I ended up realizing that there were other categories that actually sold designer toys and collectibles, and I found and stumbled into Bearbricks, and it's been a disaster ever since. So my approach on collecting would be, I started out collecting series bricks, and then from there slowly you move over to limited editions. Then you start looking towards a lot of non-series. You like collecting 400% with the 100%. A lot of times you rather get the orphan instead of the full set, which is harder to get sometimes. Obviously limited edition bricks, like, you know, the Kaws original fakes, like those are hard and limited to get. But it's just, you know, collect what you like. I like collecting sets. Like if I like, for example, I like Astro Boy, I want to get every Astro Boy that exists. If I want to get Kaws, obviously I want to get them all. If I wanted to get, another example is, let's say Tokidokis. You know, you complete the Tokidoki. Just take it slow, because it's not easy. It's, you know, it takes a long time to find all the bricks that you want. You just have to be patient. So my absolute favorite brick has to be the Kaws original fake blue. One, just because everyone loves Kaws. Everybody who's into collecting wants a Kaws Series 4. But for you to get the grail of one of the grails in our community is a tough one to get. So if you're able to get your hands on a original fake Kaws blue, do it. It's an investment piece. You won't see a lot of people with it, so you can make that happen, get that done. And also a couple new pieces that I have that are some of my favorites, which is my new Kanye West Bear, and one of 5, the new Labubu Bearbrick, which is also flocked. So these are 2 that I just have that are fantastic customs by 8G7 Art Crimes. So you can follow him. He's on Whatnot. He's also on Instagram. Great artist, great guy. So reach out to him. So everyone has those bricks that are hard to find or that you're always searching for, those must-haves in your collection. So for me, there's a few, but the ones that come to mind are definitely like the Godzilla brick, which the mecha brick, that's very limited edition, and that's one of them. Another one for me is the Nike VIP. So those two probably are 1 and 2 top of my list. But other than that, I think everything else you can acquire. You know, if you're patient, you know, if you know the right people, and obviously if you have the money. So the advice that I would have to new collectors is, first, every collector is going to tell you the same thing: collect what you like, which is true. You know, if you're buying these because you like them and you want to collect them, then buy whatever you like. If you're buying these as an investment and you want to keep them and in the future sell them, then, you know, it's tough because you don't know what the market's going to do with these bricks unless you have very limited edition bricks or hard to find bricks. But, you know, for the most part, a lot of the series bricks, they fluctuate a lot. And I would just say, you know, take your time, pace yourself. There's a lot of bricks. You can't buy everything overnight. It's so tough to buy everything that you want, that you like. So just start slow, buy with what you can afford, you know, purchase within your means, and just have fun, try to enjoy it. And if you're looking to complete sets, you know, just start slow, just get what you can. You know, if you're gonna take one lane and say, hey, I want to collect all the jellies, start with all the jellies. If I want to start with all the flags, start with all the flags. You can get all the letters. You could work your way up from there. Like, you don't have to go like a heavy hitter and try to get all the, you know, super secrets and all these rare bricks, because what's going to happen in a month, 2 months, you're going to be broke. You're going to be frustrated with the hobby. And then you're going to say, why did I even get involved in this? And so that's one bit of advice that I have. 2 is, you know, create relationships and get to know other buyers, you know, create relationships with other sellers, and just be smart, know who you're buying from, you know. Just try to keep it consistent with the people you're purchasing from, know who you're buying from, make sure you trust them, you know, don't just buy from some random new seller who this is their second show. I mean, feel them out. You got to wait it out, see if they're a reputable seller, and, you know, take it from there. But you could always reach out to a lot of other people that are in the community. I think for the most part, everyone's willing to help you, from sellers to other collectors. And, you know, it's great when you know other collectors and other sellers, because you can always get feedback from each other. You know, you might know something that the other person doesn't know, and they might know something that you don't know. And, you know, someone might have an extra brick that you're looking for, and you may get it for a better price. So, you know, just create relationships, network, and, you know, just enjoy the hobby, because it's a lot of fun. You know, just buy what you like and enjoy the hobby, because it's a lot of fun. So I just wanted to say, in honor of Brick Chicago, I'm wearing my White Sox hat. I got Selena's bracelet here. You know, tell her I said thank you. She's doing a good job down in the dungeon making the bricks. And tell Sebastian he could take a lunch break now. All right. Take care, guys. I hope this was helpful. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for letting me share some of my personal collection with you guys and the community. I want to thank Brick Chicago for this great concept. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of the Show Me Your Bricks installations from other collectors as well. So stay tuned, and thank you guys. Take care.